Today's kind of a fun video. Still in the process trying to get my Speed 3 running, but the headlights are incredibly crusty, you know, all across the top, typical oxidation. This one's actually the better one out of the two. I thought this would be a good opportunity to show the channel my method for cleaning up these headlights and making them look brand new. My product of choice is the Cerakote Headlight Restoration. This product will make your headlights look literally brand new. I did them on my Gen 2, and you can't even tell that they were ever restored because they have maintained so clean for so long, because this is a ceramic coat and just a very well done product. Incredible. Anyway, we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna do a step-by-step. We're gonna start with what's in the box, and then I will bust out the first headlight, and then I will show you a side-by-side showing the old headlight versus the new headlight. To start off, before we start working on this headlight, this is everything that's going to be included with the kit. There's going to be 2 step 1 kits. You're basically supposed to use all 4 of these to try and remove as much oxidation as you can. 1 per headlight. And then you have this little sanding disc here. This is step 2. It has, I believe, 2 different grits of sandpaper in here. You're going to be sanding them down. Also included are rubber gloves. I'll get to that later. And then the last step, which is step 3, is going to be the ceramic clear coating. So you're going to use 1 of these packs per headlight. So this one will be for that one, and this one will be for the other headlight. So getting right into it, it also comes with this instruction sheet. You're going to be starting with using an oxidation remover wipe. Reason for this is this will clear out a lot of this extra grime up here and also just help clean it up so that way you're not going to sand in any imperfections. And then we're going to move on from there to the second step, which is where we're actually going to sand it, do circular motions for a little bit there. And then the final step being just doing the ceramic clear coating. This is where your headlight will look brand new, completely different from the way it started. You can do this on the car or you can do it off. I find it easier to do them off just because you have nothing that you're going to hit on accident. You're not going to accidentally sand your fender or anything like that, which kind of hard to do with a hand sander, and if you just put some masking tape on there, it is very hard to do. However, this is just easier. It's handheld. You can just work on it on your bench top, and yeah, it's easy. So let's get right into it. Okay, so you have your headlight set up on the table. You are ready to go. Step 0.5, take a before picture. Show people your work. Show how good this kit is, and just show that you actually did something for the day. Step 1, the real first step, is going to be putting on your gloves and then taking one of these wipes here, and you're going to be taking this guy. It looks kind of like a little quilted pattern, and you're just going to be rubbing it on the headlight in circular motions. You're going to notice as you go, your oxidation is going to start coming off onto this cloth, and it's going to start changing colors. As you're scrubbing, you can kind of feel like right here is good, but up here, I don't know if you can hear it on the camera, but you can actually hear like this kind of feels like you're going over like a rough surface, because you are, and then down here is very smooth. Okay, so this one's probably pretty done. We'll go ahead and swap to the next. So this one is lightening up just a little bit as I go. It's not really taking out as much as you'd like because this headlight is pretty bad as far as oxidation goes, but it will get better. Okay, so if you look at the 2 compared, this is the first cloth, this is the last cloth. So it is much, much better going between the 2. However, it's still not perfect, but that's why we're going to be doing the next step, which is going to be step 2. Once this is finished up, you're supposed to rinse it off, and then also it says if oxidation remover gets on your paint, wipe it off immediately with a clean, dry towel. Just keep that in mind in case you're doing it on the vehicle. And then you want to go ahead and rinse off these headlights, get all of the oxidation remover off, and toss your gloves because you don't need them for this next step. Step 2 says to start with the red disc on this little sander. There is the red disc, there is the gray disc, and then also keep the headlight wet as you go. So I have just a bottle of distilled water. It says for this, make sure you do this in a non-circular motion. I'm gonna start at the heaviest oxidated spots first, kind of knock those down a bit, and then we'll move on to the next part. So the instructions say to use each one of these pads for about 2 to 3 minutes each. Once you finish it up, you're going to go ahead and rinse it off with water, and then fasten the gray disc to the surface, and then repeat the phase again. Okay, with that, the headlight looks disgusting. So this is another reason why I recommend having them off the cars, because it gets so messy on your table or vehicle. It's just a lot easier to clean off, just on a workbench or something. So I'm gonna run outside. I'm gonna go rinse this whole thing off. I'm gonna do the other headlight off camera because there's no point in repeating it a second time. And then we're gonna move on to the gray step, wash it off, move on to the third step. So it's gonna look worse before it gets better, of course. But even at that, this worse kind of looks better than the stock one did. It just, significantly more cloudy, but at least it's not distorted. So moving on to the next step, it's gonna be this gray pad here. Same thing, we're just gonna spray on some water, get it all nice and wet, spray it onto the pad too. And then just resist the urge to do circular motions, because I know you wanna do them as bad as I do. So what I like to do is I like to turn on music in the background. I usually scrub at it for one song, however long it is. If you listen to Tool, then maybe not that. You can probably do all your headlights in that time. However, if you're listening to just like normal music, then yeah, 2 to 4 minutes. Try to err on like the 3-minute side if you can. And yeah, once it's done, rinse it off, and then we'll be ready to go on to the next phase. Okay, this headlight, completely ready to go. I'm gonna go wash it off, let it dry out in the sun while I do the next one. And once I finish up the second one with doing the gray phase, we will be on to the final step, and you're just gonna see how incredibly these headlights will come out. So the headlight is completely sanded down. You'll notice it should have pretty uniform marks all over it from sanding. We're gonna dry it off completely, get all these water spots off. Make sure you kind of hit the edges a little bit, just so that way you don't accidentally pick some up with the next step, because it will ruin the coating. This could probably use a little bit more prep, but I'm not too worried about it. I think that this is gonna do enough as is. Okay, so step 3, this is the best part of the whole process, just because you're actually gonna see everything. This is going to be a single coat process where you have to go in horizontal lines across the headlight, and you're gonna wanna overlap each mark about 50%. I'll show you what that means in just a moment. So we're gonna open this up. This stuff smells very, very strong, so just be surprised. I like to keep them in kind of a uniform square, just because it's way easier. Check this out. So we're gonna start in this top corner. That is how your headlight should be looking when you finish this step up. Most important step on this, after this, besides taking a picture, allow the Cerakote ceramic clear coating to dry for a minimum of 60 minutes before driving or exposing them to any moisture. If the clear coat gets on paint, do not worry, just wipe it off immediately with a clean and dry towel. So after like a week of having the headlights restored with the Cerakote kit, you can see how nice they look. I have no complaints about them. I very much stand with Cerakote and stand behind their products, because I think that they are by far the best on the market, especially for headlight restoration kits and their trim coatings, which I will do later. Just kind of bring out some more life on here. But yeah, as far as headlights go, excellent kit. These are running about $15 to $20 or so, and it's cheaper than a brand new set of headlights, so it's pretty worth it. If you found this helpful, drop a like, feel free to subscribe. I got more content coming for this car. As I mentioned in previous videos, I have the full build on it minus the disassembly because I accidentally deleted the folder. And got some other future plans coming up for a couple of street rods, Tacoma, and yeah, we'll see where the channel takes me. Appreciate it if you watched this far. Again, like, subscribe. I got plenty of content coming, so thanks for watching.